Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video, and today we're finna go ahead and get into another one. Oblock Louie. Rest in peace, man. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into his story and see what happened.
Nobody wins when the family feels, but my
is being charged with attempted murder for shooting Little Tim. Or should I say Lil Tim? They always get mad at me in the comments.
Man, I don't listen, man. Everybody was shooting each other that night. Y'all want to come back and get this? This man dead. Vaughn lost his life. Y'all let this man off.
I thought it was a different murder they picked him up for. They picked him up.
That man got a half a hit.
That's wrong. I thought they picked him up on a murder charge for like something totally different that happened in Atlanta, not the Little Tim stuff.
And that's this big watermelon on this shit, and y'all want to mess with this man. Man, let that man. Y'all would have just. Hey, listen. If I was the DA, I'd be like, man, look at that man here.
If you don't know, Oblock Louie sued the Atlanta Police Department for shooting him that night. For whatever reason, maybe he was gonna get some money. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, he needed help with them hospital bills because Vaughn gone. Whatever it was. He sued the Atlanta Police Department, and a month later, they picked him up on a murder charge. Right. That's retaliation at its best.
Leave that man alone, man.
Shot fired! Shot fired! Shot fired! We got one man with the gun. Put the gun down! Put the gun corner. And I see the gun in his hand. He just starts shooting into the crowd. At that point, I shoot him.
I just thought it was gonna be a regular day, like it always be. But evidently, things went wrong. He lost his life. Slutty lost his life. And I mean, I guess I'm here to talk about it. A lot of more people say they got shot, but I'm just saying from what I know.
How was Vaughn acting that day? Was he being himself, or was he acting abnormal?
Vaughn gonna always be himself, but I don't know. It just seemed like a regular day. I don't know if it seemed like a regular day to him, but I thought it was just gonna be a regular day, but evidently it went sideways.
Within the last 24 hours of me doing this video, a Chicago man has lost his life. Nearly 4 years after being one of 6 people shot after a horrific night in Atlanta between 2 groups that allegedly involved each group leader, leaving 1 DOA. But on that night, it wasn't just gunshots from those 2 groups. According to KeeReacts, it was more shots coming from local police, the Atlanta Police Department, having 1 officer shoot a man in the head who go by the name of Oblock Louie, leaving him with a permanent dent in his head, having some of his enemies and so-called ops make fun of his condition.
Oblock Louie. Oh, Louie Bushhead, cause that's Marshmallow Head on Biddy, King David.
He got shot in the head.
That's fucked up that you got a disability behind losing your friend. It's insane.
When Vaughn got shot, Louie pulled out a gun and...
But you got a disability from losing your, cause you got a rod and shit in your leg. Well, I mean, I guess he walked normal and shit like that, so he ain't got no disability, but...
Tried to shoot Quando, and the gun jammed, and that's when the shooting started with the police. I don't know whether he doesn't remember or whether he just doesn't want to say what he did that night, just in case he might get charged with something later on.
The police shot him in the head, too.
The police shot him, exactly.
So he probably don't want to say nothing that's gonna fuck up his lawsuit money either.
Well, yeah, if he's suing.
You know he's suing, bro. They broke his head now. The bag dead. You know they need at least $1 million.
But Oblock Louie being shot in the head by the police is no laughing matter. God gave him 4 more years to tell his story, being one of the last man standing.
So
today we go over that story.
We
pay our respects, and we see what led up to this man being shot by the police. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Now, as mentioned, it seemed his condition allegedly played a role in him losing his life. This is a man who had over 10 surgeries on his head since the shooting. Not to mention, 3 months ago, he was arrested for this shooting, almost 4 years later, for allegedly shooting the man that killed his best friend. But to get to this point, we gotta take it back to the neighborhood that raised Oblock Louie and many others. The famous neighborhood called Oblock, located in Chicago, Illinois, has become the world's most infamous neighborhood since the early 2010s. During the beginning of the drill rap era, as Chief Keef became the face, and the rest was history.
What do you guys want to say to people out there that are curious about Oblock? What it's like growing up here, living here?
You might think it's a bad environment, but it's actually fun down here.
The good community?
Yeah. They be trying to do everything they can do to keep us out the streets.
Don't judge a book by its cover. They gonna see the buildings and look, they gonna be like, I ain't going in there, it's bad in that, ooh. But then when you come in this bitch, motherfuckers see how we connect. and how we be all chilling and shit, motherfucker be wanna hang.
Now since then, more people has managed to make a public career out of a neighborhood.
Because at the end of the day, like, obviously it's gonna be some knuckleheads who just own that bullshit, like, gonna chase the bag away, but it's also gonna be some people in there who cool as fuck. Like, they wanna leave Oblock. They wanna see what Atlanta like. They wanna see what Texas like, Philly, LA. They wanna go to these different places. You feel what I'm saying? So it's all about who you interact with.
Any average Section 8 housing complex in America, because of the stories that come from behind those gates. Some of the audience who hearing these stories are hearing it from some of their favorite rappers. One artist, of course, being Chief Keef, but after him, it was a man who went by the name of Davon Bennett, aka King Von.
I make shake up in broad day. No face ain't no case. Learned that the hard.
This was a man, by all accounts, was living his raps. Now, when King Von was asked about Chief Keef, his answers was rocky, but the love was always there. And with Chief Keef moving and living in California, people named King Von as the new face of Oblock. But King Von's rise to fame was abruptly cut after an altercation ensued at a local hookah lounge he wasn't even paid to be at. Now, King Von had a tight-knitted crew he would hang with from his neighborhood.
What y'all think? Do y'all think that King Von got the drop and that's why he pulled up to the hookah lounge? Or it was just somewhere that he really just wanted to go and chill, like he just really wasn't trying to go in the crib that night? Y'all let me know in the comment section, bro.
But in Chicago, even when he hit the road out of town.
That story, like, hold on, I don't mean to pause it so much, but that story that is floating around don't even make sense. How the fuck do you know a nigga sleeping in a car and it's tinted up? You feel me? Like, how do you know that? Somebody had to give you the drop. Or it's just a chance, like you just ran into him. Atlanta's big, but it ain't that big. You know what I'm saying? Like, the popping spots, you know what I'm saying? They're very close to each other. And this, that, and the third, you feel me? So I'm like, what's the real story? Like, did they get the drop on Quando or did they just run into him?
Was a guy named Boss Top, a once close affiliate to Chief Keef, Marcus Smart, aka Muwak, Kevin Jones, aka Oblock Louie, and Mark Blackie, aka Oblock Slutty. And King Von was also big on loyalty. Even once seen in the video with his then girlfriend Asia doll, handing out over $100K to even some of the homies we just mentioned while they was inside an apartment in Oblock.
So tell me what you did when you got your first big check.
My first big check was $100,000. I gave my homie them $10,000. They told me, like, get everybody out the way with the $100,000.
Oh, okay.
So I sit on my mama, gave her some money, gave my homie them some money. Got a little chain and shit.
But after one night in November in 2020, it seems like a snap of a finger. Everything would end. November 6th, 2020, Monaco Hookah Lounge. It was a shooting that took place on a Friday, and a total of 6 people were shot, with 2 being deceased. The 2 deceased persons was Davon Bennett, aka King Von, 26, and Mark Blakely, aka Slutty, 34. May they both rest in peace. I love condolences to their families. Now, according to the preliminary investigation, it said that on Friday, November 6, 2020, at around 4 a.m., the GBI was requested to investigate an officer-involved shooting at the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta, Georgia. The preliminary investigation also suggests that Davon Bennett, aka King Von, and a group of men left Opium nightclub and went to Monaco Hookah Lounge on 255 Trinity Avenue. Once there, 2 men approached another group who was identified as Quando Rondo at the parking lot. The 2 group of men started to argue with each other, and the argument quickly escalated to gunfire between the 2 groups.
New at 5:30, there are so many questions on social media surrounding a shooting downtown that killed Chicago rapper King Von and another man. 11 Alive's Latasha Givens has the latest on the investigation tonight.
It's been almost a week since rapper King Von was shot and killed in Atlanta. His death has been a trending topic ever since then. Right now, GBI and APD are both investigating different segments of this case, leading to the arrest of 2 more people. Police say 26-year-old rapper King Von, whose real name is Davon Bennett, was one of 6 people shot last Friday near Trinity Avenue. Investigators say King Von and 34-year-old Mark Blakely both died after a shootout between 2 groups of men in. But police say the arrest of 22-year-old Timothy Leaks completes the investigation into King Von's murder. But they have not said who was responsible for Blakely's death and for shooting the other victims. In a previous interview, APD says 2 officers responded to the altercation and both fired their weapons, but they didn't know yet if they shot or injured anyone.
We know that they're fired and there's a high probability, but we want to, again, be sure.
King Von's manager, who goes by 100K Management, has done interviews with hip-hop music insiders like DJ Academics, stating he was grazed by a bullet during the gun battle. But he says most of the bullets sprayed that night came from police.
The shooter already came to the same side he was in and shot him and shot myself.
Because they also say King Von got shot by the police, and that's the bullets that killed him. They said the two bullets that he got hit from
requested GBI investigate the officer's use of force in this case, which is common when an officer fires a weapon. But several questions remain, like who are the other surviving victims, who shot them, and what led up to the original confrontation.
There was one additional person that arrived at the hospital who was struck by a vehicle.
And we reached out to King Von's manager and some of his other associates to get their perspective on what happened that night. We'll let you know when we hear back. Right now, Timothy Leaks remains hospitalized, facing several charges, including felony murder.
Now, as mentioned, also Oblock Louie was also shot in the head by police. CPS released the body cam footage I can't show through the YouTube guidelines, but check out some pictures. Now, I also want you guys to hear what Oblock Louie had said after he was shot in the head. Check it out.
I'd be mad
Put the fucking hands up, boy! Yeah, I know.
Now, I couldn't play that, but I will let you guys hear what the officer had to say about what happened and him shooting Oblock Louie the same night of the scene. Check it out.
Just give me a brief understanding of what transpired.
I'm literally sitting in my fucking car, again on YouTube. A fight breaks out, a dude hops out the car, immediately just starts shooting.
So if you don't know, I'm gonna put you down. He was off duty, but he probably was working security at the hookah lounge. That makes a lot more sense than just a random off-duty officer and his partner was chilling in a parking lot and just intervening some shit that ain't got nothing to do with them, especially in Atlanta. It takes police, bro, literally the police precincts in Atlanta, the zoning is set up that they can get anywhere in the city in like 10 minutes, right? Even if it's a shooting, I bet backup and this, that, and the third didn't get there for a cool 45 minutes. So to know that some people, some off-duty cops was just gonna hop into gunfire is insane to me. Now that part of the story clicks. These people work in security. And if you know, security, they be sitting in the parking lots because they don't want people breaking their cars and doing all that weird shit. So they be sitting in their car, watching the outside of the venue, and they probably got some shit on the inside of the venue as well to make it like that. So, okay, that makes sense. That was a word salad, but I get out the car, everything just started to click.
I don't know where he went, but a security guard like, there he goes, there he goes. So I immediately started chasing him on foot. Give him a verbal command, stop. He tosses the gun. I'm trying to secure him. Another male, the guy that I shot, he comes from around the corner, and I see the gun in his hand. He just starts shooting into the crowd. At that point, I shoot him.
Okay.
But
now
I'm like,
King Von had lost his life, Slutty and Louie get shot in the head after having one.
But actually, would that make it a better case that he got to sue, or his estate to sue the police because he died from his injuries? So that might have made the bag go up. So even though they lost him and they lost Vaughn, they lost Slutty, they might get something out of it. Well, his family might get something out of it at the end, a little bit of money.
With Quando Rondo and his entourage, making one person more famous than his music, a guy who went by the name of Lil Tim, the man who allegedly killed King Von, though some say the police did. He would later play key in his video, as he was at first charged with murder, but the case was dropped. And like the situation, according to the figures, is also what led to retaliation.
The one thing that I also want to kind of take a point to is that if he didn't kill him, he sure did assist the body. Like, they give bodies to people who put one bullet into somebody, even if they wasn't the main killer. He get that body. Like, even though it's like corny, but it's like, nigga, it's what it is. He did his part.
from the household name Lil Durk was right now arrested by the feds, who was also close to King Von and had him signed to his label. But since it's an open case, we're going to leave it at just that. Also, another figure who was around King Von was Muwop, and he would get arrested after his demise for killing their rival, FBG Duck, in downtown Chicago. But as time goes on, Oblock Louie, being the only real survivor of that fatal night in November of 2020, him being shot in the head and blaming police, he started doing interviews and speaking his side. Check out this clip from DJ Vlad as he speak on that fatal night.
Louie, what you went through
I've been going hard in the gym.
is really unimaginable. And I know that there was probably some nights that you probably wondered if you could make it through because of all the pain and knowing that you're going to have more surgeries and not knowing if you're going to come out of a surgery. You know, because a lot of times, you know, the type of surgeries you guys are, you know, you had to do, those weren't like broken fingers or, you know, a broken leg. They're actually fixing
my head.
Your head and your brain. So was there any brain damage at all?
Nah, I'm surprised it wasn't, but nah, it wasn't really no brain damage.
Okay,
and I'm kind of glad it wasn't.
Did the bullet go into your head or did it get stuck in the skull or what happened?
I think it had just got stuck. Yeah, it had just got stuck.
Bro, I couldn't imagine being.
Did they actually have to remove, did they remove the bullet fragments out of your head?
I think it's still a little bit in there.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, was there ever a time where you felt like, man, I can't do this. I just want to check out. I don't want to do any more surgeries. I don't want to go on anymore. This is just too much to bear.
I can't do that because I done came a long way.
This nigga just asked him if there was any day that he felt he just wanted to check. Nigga, what? This nigga basically just asked him, is there any day that you woke up feeling like you want to die?
Be trying to think like that. So I can't never think like that. When he ready for me, he gonna be ready for me. But I ain't finna just be ready to check out like that. When you ready for me, you ready for me.
That's fact.
Hey man, that's a lot of strength right there. Because a lot of people check out with much more minor situations than yours.
Yeah.
Well, Oblock Louie, man, I appreciate you coming in and sharing your story.
And if you know this interview, bro,
you know,
Louie
King Von is still a very important figure.
Like he didn't say nothing
in hip hop and in Chicago. You know, I'm sorry for what you had to go through in terms of not only what happened to you, but essentially your friend who you were living with and Slutty getting killed that same night. And then also Track getting shot in the legs. It is just a worst possible situation over something that honestly didn't even seem like a big deal.
Wasn't about nothing.
Wasn't about nothing. Like seriously, I could imagine if like, I don't know, someone had stolen millions of dollars or someone had killed your mother or raped your sister or something where it's like, all right, like we really have to take care of this. Yeah. Because I can't live with myself if I don't somehow make this right. But if it really was over a girl, the pluses so far are outweighed by the minuses that it just doesn't make any sense.
Hey, I just hope that wasn't what it's about either.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Well, like really Oblock Louie, man, I wish you a speedy recovery for what you're going through. Are they saying the swelling's going to keep going down or?
Yeah, it should. It should, but like I say, even if it don't go down, man, you just got to be happy to be here and go on with your life, man. That's it.
Yeah, man, it's inspirational, honestly. Like talking to you right now and hearing the way you're expressing yourself and the positivity.
All the loyalty, though.
Man, there's people who got everything going for them who don't seem like they're as happy as you are right now.
Yeah, man, you gotta stay in that spirit, man, because if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. So.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, I wish you all the best and keep spreading that story about the positivity because I know there's someone going through, you know, something similar right now, whether they're a shooting victim or going through like something health-wise, you know, and people have brain cancer and you know, kind of go through after similar surgeries. You know, they're seeing you right now and saying, you know something, if he could go through this and have the type of attitude that he's having right now.
4 years later, the murder charge against Lord Tim and the demise of King Von was dropped in October of 2024. The next month, November of 2024, Oblock Louie would get charged for shooting Lord Tim and get aggravated assault. He was locked up for 4 days in November.
And the thing about it is that aggravated assault, like, people don't be paying attention to this. And I explained it a couple of times. Aggravated assault, and it's like 20 years maximum sentence, I think. And the thing about it is, it's like it takes less to prove an aggravated assault than it does a murder charge, and you still gonna get a shit ton of years for it.
Released on a $10,000 bond, and shortly after, just 3 months later, on the first day of February, it was reported that Oblock Louie had lost his life from complications from the same wound he was allegedly shot in by the police. May he rest in peace, and love and condolences to his family. And as we wrap this video up, I want to send love and prayers to anyone we might have affected by talking about this video. We also want to send rest in peace to every lost, fallen victim of this video. Fam, it's time for you guys to let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. We're talking about one man who was arguably the last man standing from that fatal night, and now he lost his life just 4 years later from the same injuries. It's very unfortunate. Y'all let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
You done cut off their money. Even though Quando Rondo is in jail, he only got like 2 years, 16 months or something like that. They technically, even though they took a lot of losses because Lil Pop and this, that, and the third, they won in the whole situation though. Quando Rondo's still alive. He gonna get out around the time Youngboy get out. They gonna be making money again, doing what they do. Von is never coming back. Louie gone. Slutty gone. It's just a fucked up situation, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got a judgment. You know, everybody's gonna leave one day. Who knows? Maybe if he didn't put his hands on him that day, he would have still been alive. But at the same time, how I be thinking about life, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. And I feel like if we replay that situation back, every time, it probably would have happened that same way. You feel what I'm saying? So, with that being said, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Get in that comment box. Tell me how y'all felt about this video. It's your boy Key checking in, checking out. We gone.
But she's from Nicaragua, thought she was perfect.